And today we are going to learn Sketchful course. And last time I did a live stream. I have tried all the blocks in Scratch, means all the codes in Scratch. And today I'm going to show you how to use them. How I just showed like I have just showed like how they work. But today, like I'm going to show how to use them and what are uses of them and how can we make games. I have already made a game, but in this video we'll make a good game and more. We'll do more. We'll have too much fun. And the live will start soon. I mean, we'll take 5 to 10 minutes for starting. Still, we start, just listen this music. We are gonna start now. So, I'm gonna just open my scratch screen, and today we are going to take some breaks because it will be too long, and I'm not going to show everything very in one time. I'm going to show slowly, and maybe it'll be long. Yeah, but still we'll take breaks, right? Now let us start. I have just shared my screen. Can you see my screen? Yeah. At last video, I have just showed you how to like how this works, like how the other all the blocks works. But today I'm gonna show you how to use them in games. Um, for move 10 steps in this block, first I'm gonna just show all the motions. First 15 minutes, then we are going to take break. Then looks, we are going to go slow. Hmm, but we are gonna use different blocks. Like if you go into looks and take next costume, because for showing them should be activated, like it should be active. Yeah. And when we took this, when I just use when flag click and I just click the flag, just it just moves 10 steps front. Can just set the sprite anywhere, and sprite means the character, as I said you at the last time, and backdrop means the background. Okay. Next costume, like when I just activate this over here, or when I just keep see, it just gives an effect of real person, like real walking. We can say anything. When I just go to real screen or big screen, we can just use this and see it just stops there because nothing more path or way to walk. Yeah, and this is the last screen. And Mario, the type games are made using lens. We can make the types of games in Scratch also, and we can make more. And next, I'm gonna just teach you how to take a new sprite, and I'm gonna just take this, and I'm gonna just use rotate, and we can just rotate it any side. Rotate or turn. It's called turn actually, but I like to say rotate. Yep. I have showed you how to take new sprites, and the collection of many sprites like all animals, peoples, and fantasies, dances, music, sports, food, fashion, and letters. Uh, you can take any of them, or you can just search for your favorite sprite also, or you can upload sprites. Like you can upload from here. For now, it doesn't contain any sprites. Like for uploading, how to just open this, but there's only a problem the background. So you have to take non-background sprites. Like for example, like this. See, these are gifs. This doesn't have any background. If there is background, the background will display. And this is just Sonic. Like you know him, I think so. And you can just draw sprite. You can just sprite draw. You can just surprise like add stop button like this and more. See, surprise means it will give you any sprite. You can't even understand which sprite it gives. See, or you can just draw a sprite. You can just draw your own sprite like this. You can just give it eyes, and you can just decide its size, 50 something, anything. Uh, and now you can just use this button for moving this. You can just go and go to your scratch screen and try this. Just open your scratch and just be trying this. Just pause the video and see, no worries. And for turning, as I said, you can just turn it for 15 20 degrees also. You can keep it will turn more. 30 degrees it turns more like this. Instead of this, you can just keep a button for this. Even button, when I just click this while walking, it will be turning. Just gives an effect. And I'm gonna just keep it 15 degrees again and try to make it to its own position. Without 15 degrees also you can make it. And now, and this turns just for left side, that turns for that side. See, I'm gonna just add next costume and just keep this. See, it just gives an amazing walking effects. You can just add some button and just make it walk inside this also. So you can just make the number more and less, and let us just keep or delete them. Go to random position. Like, I think by this name you understood, like it goes to random position. When I just keep here and when I just click it, it goes to any position. And when I just activate it mouse pointer, it just comes to the mouse pointer position only. Like, because I'm clicking here, it comes here. Because the mouse pointer is here. Further, if you want it to come side of you forever, you can just activate this, and see, it just comes with the mouse pointer. You can just add an X symbol and just use it like plus symbol and just make it like mouse pointer. Just moves with the mouse pointer. If you go to the real screen also, but in real screen you can't drag and drop. So for that there's another option. Instead of mouse pointer, you can just stop the script. Then you can just remove this even. And now go to position. For just keep this over here or anywhere. You want the sprite only here, like only here. But if your sprite is this side, or it comes from this side, it comes from this side, you it won't comes there, right? It just stays there. But when we just use this go to, if we just determine the position like this, you get the position. And when you just get the position, just make it any side, like any side, and you just keep this with any key, or you can just press it direct, even like direct. Then when you just press this, it just goes there. Yeah. And if you just start to just be like going to both sides, like middle something. And next, glide. I think you all know what is glide. And glide means, like, when we just use glide 1 second, when we just click, it just goes to glide. For this, when we use this glide means when it should go slow, and you have to get a gliding, or you want to good effects. And glide random position, glides to anywhere, glide to mouse pointer. So it just glides to mouse pointer. And for this, for every time to gliding, you have to just use forward option. And you can just make it 0.5. It will be faster and more fast or something. Yeah, you can just do 0.22 seconds, how many seconds you like. So when we use go to, actually there's a problem, like, not problem, like it goes very fast. No, not this. When we use go to, actually it goes very fast. When we use glide, it goes slow, like it goes in your favorite position. And go to, if you just keep it here, like go to like this only, you can just give your favorite key. Then you can just click up of this. You can make slow, the sprite can be slow, and it could go in your favorite seconds and more. And not only this, you can just go to 0.90 degrees, means it's just right pointing. You can just use this much pointing, and it just, when we click this, it just points to that. Like if fetching any color, you can just use that. And if like point to that direction, you can use sometimes when we touch and villain, like, and sprite in Mario, not an sprite, like you have to defend from your things, like in Mario, it will just point to other direction, or it just goes somewhere. You can use for point directions. How many watching? How many watching? Okay, then you can just use glide 1 second, where you want it to glide, or here. When I just activated it, glides. And you can just keep it back to 90, or you can just select your point like this. Means the sprite will not move, like it just change its position. Can use turn also in your favorite direction if you want. And I'm gonna just activate 90. And now 90. See, now it's like this. And when I just use, point towards mouse pointer, when I just press it, if my mouse pointer is here, it just points to this side. um or when I just use forever option over here. Yeah, you know that I'll just keep this just points where is my mouse pointer. Like I doesn't need to keep any side, and I can just move here and there, and this just be pointing. And I can't even catch this, so I have to just turn it. And then now you can just use change, expand, change, bye bye. I think you got to know what is change, expand, change, bye bye. If you saw my last video, live stream about Scratch, see, when I just press this, it goes right side. Can just add next costume to this also. Next costume, and I'm gonna just press this for effects. And when I just give -10, just moves to left side. Yeah, and now I'm gonna just show you the next key. Set X to. If I just set X to this, and if I go to this, and the X will be set at that. It's also like that only when we just decide the X. Like go to only, but it's different. It will just do this. It's just an X. See, when I just keep it over here, it just comes here only. When I just keep it here, it just comes here only. First right moving to backwards, or first right moving, you can use X position, and Y position. Then next, I'm gonna just show you Y position, like change Y by next costume, and when I just press this, it just goes upwards. And next, when I do change Y by -10, and when I just press this, it goes down direction. And next, you can just use change or set y by -77. If you just move here, the set y by will just be changed, and you can use that. And when I just press this, it goes here. And when I just press this, it goes here. Yep, I think you understood this. And next, we are gonna just use next costume and try it. Even you can just press costume anywhere and just press it. If you just use forever key, if you just move to other side also, it will just go back. Then if touching the edge bounce, this key is also important. When I just keep this, see, if it just touches to the edge, like this edges, it just bounces little, like it just turns. When I just use this key, I'm going to touch it to very like too much of edge, and you can see it'll just release from without touching the edge. And before that, I'm gonna just take point 90 degrees, because every time the sprite is changing its point. Okay, and point 90 degrees. And next, I'm gonna just bring this also down, because for understanding, just take point 90 degrees, because your sprite will be rotating and points towards, no, not point towards. And the next key in motion is huh, set rotation style to left right. See, it just sets the rotation style to left right. Means we can just turn left right anytime and don't rotate. See, when I just use forever option over here and just go to motion, and when I just activate it, I just press this also, it doesn't even rotate. See, doesn't even rotate. And now, so rotate left, and this is not that much important, but no worries. Uh, See, actually, it just rotates any time. Means it doesn't rotates like left and right. It just rotates when we press other key. Uh, this just activate. You can just try in your scratch screen and all around. See, it can rotate all around and don't rotate. Yeah, see point. Okay, now I'm going to just finish activating it, and now point 90 degrees. I'm going to just kick up of this. And next, our next key is X position and Y position. We use operators for this, and operators will not be taught now, but I'm gonna just show some examples of it. Like you can just use exposition and my position. I'm gonna just show every variable inside this today. Even last time I not showed every variable, I just showed how to use variable and how to make variable. And as I said, after motions we'll take break, then we'll go to looks. And I think you'll know still here, you can just go visit my last video. But inside the break, like why I'm break, because you can just rewind and see everything and just type and learn that. Okay, let's have a break now for 10 minutes. And before that, in break, you can enjoy the music or you can just sit at a side. So I think you will have learned that. And now I'm gonna just show you my scratch screen even. As you see, here is my scratch screen, and I feel you have saw the older like the old time, like I have showed how to use all the motions, and now we are going to move to and now looks. When I just use say hello for 2 seconds, it just says hello. You can just change your favorite word. Like I'm gonna change like order says hi to everyone. And see, it just says 2 seconds. One, two. See, just ends in 2 seconds. And I'm gonna just add 10 seconds. You can just decide your own time. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, it just ends in 10 seconds. I'm gonna just show the time. Okay, it has been ended. And actually, you like someone, you can't use this tag for like, can just keep 1 lakh seconds like that. But there's a problem. You want for the sprite to say forever hello. You're thinking I lose forever option? No, I just you say hello option. Just be saying for hello forever, and I just use all coder, and now see, it just says all coder forever. And next, I'm gonna just show you think hum. I have just kept this forever with me because maybe we'll be having use for with this for next time. And for stopping it, you can just press this and it will just be stopped. And think hum. And I want to show one more thing. Say hello. Think hum. It just thinks. As you see, this model is different. When I just use say hello, this model is different, and this model is different. Like this just gives a thinking effect when you think, and when you say, it just says. And next, it just says think hum. Some like some people want to use this like so the sprite to think for every time without stopping. So you can just use think hum. This stops. For stopping it, you can just press this stop button. And next, switch costume. Like switch costume is used like switch costume 2. This costume 2, switch costume 1. See, this costume 1 of the sprite, and switch costume 2, this costume 2 of the sprite. Just add costume 1 over here, it just switches to costume 1. If I just add costume 2 over here, it just switches to costume 2. uh, like it just gives an effect of walking. As I showed next costume, I have already showed it. It will be just switching to the next costume. See, and inside this, if I just add forever option, as you see, just be switching. And next thing we are going to just see is switch backdrop. You all know, first I said switch backdrop means background. So I'm gonna just choose another background. You get multiple backgrounds over here, multiple things. You can just select your own background. You can just search for backgrounds. I'm gonna just choose space 2. And when I just use switch background like to backdrop 1, when I just press it, it just switches to backdrop 1. And when I just press to space, just switches to space. You can also even draw your own backdrop, search for backdrop, and you can just, you only doesn't know which backdrop it gives surprise. And you can upload your own backdrop. You can upload any backdrop, uh, this for example anything. can upload any backdrop, and if you doesn't need any backdrop, can just delete it. As you know, this is not a backdrop. This is a sprite. I just it's a GIF, but I just added it as a backdrop. And now you can just delete all the backdrops, and you can do more. You can just use a switch to next backdrop. If you're in backdrop one, you can. It's not necessary to switch to space. The next backdrop, no, you can switch to other backdrops also. And next backdrop. When I just press this, it just switches to the next backdrop. But over here, we doesn't have a backdrop. So basketball one, see, as you see, and I'm gonna just add another backdrop so that you can understand. See, just be switching, and now you can just delete this backdrops if you doesn't need it, and you can draw your own backdrop like this. You can edit the backdrop also. You can just draw your own backdrop like this. See, this appears at back of the sprite. Is the character. Then change color. See, just changes color effect like this, and effect by 25. Actually, this color is same, so let us just change and try. You can see an effect is not there. And next, you can just use this thing, fishy, and you can just make fishy like I'm not able to understand why it doesn't work. But you just making it in the backdrop, and now we are going to just do it in this. Actually, you can just write the code for backdrop also, but motion is not available for backdrop. Like we're making it for backdrop, that's why it was not working. Yep. And now change color effect by 25 and see, just change. Just be changing its color. Now I'm gonna just change it to other color, and next visual effect it just changes, and you can just make your own effect. Means you can just take the effect. One person need this, one person need that, and more. See this brightness, it just makes brightness more ghost. See, and now next we have can just use into looks and just go to set color, and this is also like that only, but you have to just decide when we click like this same if you see anything. I think you can't see it now because we just use ghost effect now. So you can just use clear graphic effects if you want clear all the graphic effects. See, everything is cleared and now it's shown. And when we show the sprite, or before that I'm going to show hide. When we just use hide sprite, it will just be hiding. Or when we use show sprite, it will just be shown. And there's one more thing, you can just hide sprite over here or show sprite here. Hide and show. Yeah. Then next, go to front layer. For example, I'm gonna just use a sprite, and I'm gonna just make it too much big size, like 2000, and I'm gonna enter it. Okay, I'm gonna cover up of this, or I'm gonna just make it 2000. No, not this. This can be 100, and this can be 2000, and enter. See, actually this sprite is shown first. So when we use go to front layer, we'll just go to front layer. And when you use go to back layer, you just go to back layer. Yeah, just go back of the sprite, you can see. And when I use front, it just comes of the sprite. And next, go to forward. Like see, it just comes forward and backward. One layer and backward, one layer. I'm gonna just duplicate this apple like two, and I'm gonna just add it here only, and go to backwards. Wait, go to frontwards one layer. It just doesn't appear when I use two layers. When I just press it, it just appears. Go to backwards one layer. I'm gonna just use, and it just goes backwards to this, and then goes backwards to that. I think you have understood about looks. And as I said, I'm gonna just show the variables, everything when I just start the operators. And next, you can just practice this. And you can just practice this and learn more. You can just learn this. You can just rewind part and do it. And now let us just take a small break or let's take a break. Okay, said we will take a break. So we are gonna just take the break only. Uh, and I think you like looks, motion, and move. So just take a small break and start soon. I'm gonna just skip and break screen. So if anyone comes to live, they could understand that we are just going to break and just enjoy this music. Now and now we are going to start. Now we are gonna go to sound. I think we have to start from sound and events because sound is small, so we are going to start sound and events and then music. Um, and I think you have already learned that how to use the looks and motion. I have already showed you. I said you to just rewind and see everything once and just do. So if you saw, just it's good. If you did not saw, you can go and see in the next break. But for now, just see this. Okay. Now let us start from sound. Sound is little small, so let us just make it slow, like slowly. And I think you can't hear my computer sound because I'm not showing my computer sound. So, but I'm gonna just show you how this works. I just use Play Meow. When I just press it, you can means I can just hear the sound called Mew. You can just add your own sound, like record and just add your sound. Hello, hello, hello. Then you can just play it and you can just save. You can just save it and you can just add the song from here also. Okay. Actually, you can't hear the sound, but you can just try. So this is also like that only. Start sound. Hello. Start sound. Meow. Yeah. Stop all sounds. If I just started this sound forever, then if I just click this, the all sounds will be stopped. And as you see, this code just stops. Actually, when I just click this code is just lighted up. And when I just click this code just stops. I think you understood the sounds. Actually, I know that you can't hear the sounds, but we can have to just continue like this. If you can hear this, it's good. And next, change pitch. I think you know pitch and pad, like you can just decide your pitch and set. You can just set it directly and change means it will be just adding minus plus 10 10 10 like that, and minus 10 means it will be just minusing 10 10, or you can just add your favorite number there. It will directly when you just use set pitch and clear sound pitch, like you can just clear the sound effects, anything you can when you just keep it here, and you can just make it. Uh, and change volume, you can just set the volume like minus 10 10. Like if you just add 10, it will just be increasing to 10 10 10 10. But if you just add minus 10, it will be just subtracting. That will be adding and that will be subtracting. And volume to 100, like see this volume, I'm gonna just show you using this variable. See if this way is 100, when I just use 50, and when I just set this, it goes to 50. And when I just use change volume to minus 10, see just be minus 10. And when I just use 10 instead of minus 10, and when I just press, it will be just adding 10. Yeah. And next I'm going to just show you the controls, and this is the main thing we are going to learn. So the sprite controls is very important, and for showing the controls I'm going to just use move 10 steps for now. And next costume also let us use because we can just add some effects, only that much. And events controls, when I just use this flag button, it just moves it. But you can just add other controls also. When we just click flag button, everything can't happen, and but we'll just get very bored and too much. And now let us just start with space. When I just click the space key, it just moves. I can't show my keyboard, like because if I show my keyboard, how can I just show my screen? So I can't show my keyboard. That's why you can't see if I'm clicking the space key, but it's true. You can just use upper arrow, down key. You can use your favorite key. There are multiple keys in your keyboard. You can use all of the keys like A, B, C, D, and that, and any key like you want it activated for any key. You can just be clicking Q, any key, any key. I'm just clicking E, any. And next, sprite. And this is awesome. Like I like this because when we press the sprite, it just be going fancy. As you see, I'm just pressing up of the sprite, it's just going. Okay. And next, I'm gonna just seal. When backdrop switches to backdrop, yeah, I'm gonna just show you with other backdrop. Sometimes you have to take too many backdrops. Okay, when backdrop switches to backdrop one, and one more thing, you have to just use switch backdrop because without switching backdrop, we can't use anything. When backdrop switches to backdrop, yeah, when backdrop switches to backdrop one, move 10 steps and change your next costume. See, you can see this costume is over here. When it switches to backdrop one, see, the costume changes and it moves 10 steps. I think instead of 10 steps, I'll add 1000 steps or something. Yeah, it's not too much in Scratch actually. And instead of this, I'm gonna just add basketball one and I'm gonna just change. I'm gonna just come back to backdrop one. See this costume, this legs at this position and this costume one. See, it just moves down because the backdrop is switched and you can see the costume is also changed. Just make it 10 because if it doesn't make it 10 for next, it will be a problem. And next, loudness. This is very good actually. See, with my loudness, I can control the sprite. See, I'm talking, the sprite is just moving. As you see, please subscribe to All Coder, like and share it also. See, it just moves. And loudness, you can just set your loudness to 20, something 20, and it's just 20. And timer, like timer, you can just keep 20 seconds, and in timer, just moves like in timer. Actually, and now when I receive message one, it is used to broadcast messages. New message, like you can just add a new message. All Codo, and you can just activate here. Just a second, by mistake I have just created the other message one, and when you can just go when I receive message one, just switch backdrop or Newton like that. For example, broadcast message one. See, I'm not clicking anything, I'm just using broadcast message one. See, the message one will be getting broadcasted and just moves. I'm just pressing on broadcast as you see. When press this broadcast message one, see, this just helps and broadcast one and wait, this broadcast message one and wait, and this one broadcast message. See, after broadcasting message, it just waits. Not only just shows for that, and no more changes about that. And next, we are gonna just move to another key. Yeah, we have finished events and more. Okay, so I have said only little, I think, so I'm gonna just move to controls also now only. Let us just move to controls. Inside controls, you can just find repeat and wait 1 second like that. See, wait 1 second. When I just use this key up of this, as you see, it will just moving. But when I use wait 1 second, middle of this or middle of this, like this, see, it just waits 1 second, then the costume will change. Or if I just use down of this, it just waits, but I can just use this also. And when I just press this, it waits and the costume will also change. We can just use more seconds to wait, like 4 seconds. I'm not going to make it long, so I'm just using 4 seconds. Just wait 4 seconds and it just move. And now next, I'm going to repeat. So when we just press this, it just moves one time, two times. One time, like only one time. But when I just use repeat key instead of this and just repeat, see 10 times. It just repeats 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And now that I'm going to just add 80 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, this be repeating. Because we can't count 80. You want it only for moving for some time. You want it from repeating only for some time. You can just use repeat key, or you want want in one press, you can just use one press also. And next we are going, you can just add your favorite number 1,000 times something. Power option. Sometimes you doesn't like to use repeat. You want forever. It just you want it just be moving forever. You can just use forever option. It will be just moving forever. I already showed what is forever option at starting only. And next, if then for this we have to learn variables and sensing also we can just do same thing we have to learn for this and variables. So we have to learn for this means it's not like we doesn't need to learn that like we have to just know about them perfect. So after the small break, after a small break, now let us just see what is if then. With the small key, then we are going to learn more about this. I think I'm giving break for a long time, but you have to practice. That's why. See, and if touching this, move 10 steps, turn 15 degrees. Huh? As you see, when we just touching, if touching the color this, like if touching this color, I'm gonna just shift to backdrop, and I'm gonna just add any color over here. Before that, I'm going to just check what is color. You have to just use this for knowing which color we have drawn. Okay, this thing you have this option. You can just know this color, any color. So turn 15 degrees, and I'm gonna just move front from here. See, have got the color. See, just turns 15 degrees. Just comes down, finished. Like it's a color, that's why it just turns this side. See this? See. Have just got this color? See. Every time moves backwards because I already got that color. We just use forever option. See. Forever this will get activated. We can't do anything. See. I just touch this. See. Just moves 15 degrees. Just rotate. For E fails everything I'm gonna teach. But after learning like I'm just keeping things aside, but after learning variables like for some things some depends and for some things that depend everything is depending in everything, so we have to just take some time for teaching looks something like the variables and more. I'm gonna teach everything, don't worry. And now I'm gonna just say if touching before that repeat until I'm gonna teach that also of the variables and operators. I mean, variables, operators, and sensing only. Stop all. Okay. As you see, I have to activate it forever. But it doesn't work. See, wait. When I just touch it, first we have to just set it moving nicely. Actually, uh, point in. Onwards, I'll just stop the key and start. Okay. Now let's go. If touching, stop all. See. Now, when I just touch this, as you see, the script is activated. Like I'm gonna just keep this script. See, this script is activated, and see, this script just stop. Like for stopping, turn 15 degrees. I'm gonna just activate and just go. If touching this turn 15 degrees will be activated, but the script will be stopped. So next time if you touch it also, there will not be any problem. And you can just click the stop button up, so everything will be reset. Like I'm gonna just click the stop, and it just moves backwards. I have to just use point direction only. Point, and now I'm gonna just click the stop as C. Now stop the script and stop all means it stops all the keys everything. And next we can just use other sprite key, like if there's another sprite it just stop that script also. uh, then next we are gonna just see this. When I start the clone, I'm gonna just teach this, then we will have a small break because you have to learn. That's why I'm giving a long break. Like I'm giving break for 10 minutes because you have to learn, you have to practice is very important in this. Means it's easy, but you have to just keep your you have to just keep little time up of this. You have to learn this, otherwise you can't make games inside this. And I like scratch also. When I start the sprite, move 10 steps. You can just use when I start the clone and create a clone myself. See, you are not thinking wait. Instead of this, first of all, if you think the clone is not created, see, so many clones are created. As you see now, when my clone is created, move 10 steps. See, just move 10 steps. The real clone is this. As you see, this is not the real. And now for deleting clones, you can just use this. Delete this clone, delete this clone like. Now for that you have to use this. Okay. Instead of that, you can just create clones too many, and you can just spread it, and you can just click this button. Everything will be erased. And before that, I'm gonna just delete this and erase this even. Delete. Okay. Now we're gonna just have a small break and let us start. Just practice in that the breaks. Don't move, and if you practice only, you will get it. And while I'm saying also practice means just see and then practice. As I said, pass and see, but and then I think you can practice in breaks and in break times. So just practice in breaks and thank and before that, just subscribe my channel and like and share it also. And now let us have a break. And just listen to the music also. And now let us continue. I think we have learned that. I'm gonna just stop the music. Now we are going to move to sensing. Sensing, I taught you this means I have just taught you color. So we are not going to learn color. And this color also, we can add two colors at the same time. Mm, okay. If touching mouse pointer, move 10 steps. When this for activating it, you have to just keep forever block. And you need a key for activating it. So I mainly use this black key. When I just press this flag, just touch the mouse pointer. See, just moves 10 steps. Just moves. As you see, so I'm gonna just stop it. I'm gonna just bring it here and see. Yeah, yup. See, see. I'm gonna just stitch it like this. Oh, okay. And now, next we are going to see this. For this, all we need variables actually. So I'm gonna just teach the variables. Also, after variables only, we are gonna learn like not. I'm going to just teach the variables. Then I'm going to teach what are this x position, y position. Because after variables only, you can understand that. And now you can see this. When I just press this, you can just see. So when I just press space key, it just moves. And now, let us end here. And in next day, like in next live, we'll start more because I think it will be long. Thank you and bye. Please subscribe my channel, like and live will come soon.